Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Discord Brats. I am your host Chris and I'm here with the lovely Red.
Hey everyone, how you doing tonight?
So I know that we weren't around last week, but we figured we'd give you guys just a little bit of a break because boy did a lot happen. Um as per the title, yes, we did almost get arrested. Very interesting story to that because what had happened was about 2 weeks ago, Red and I decided to meet up. And I did a little stupid thing, which included tying him down to try to attempt to top him, which resulted in a primal scene, which I was very happy about. But the big issue with that is in the middle of bum the fuck Pennsylvania, we did not know
That we didn't know that everywhere is apparently owned, like owned land, and
Mhm.
that caused some issues. Why don't you tell them what those issues were?
Okay, so the biggest issue with that is basically as we're driving around, like there's literally no trespassing signs. There's no do not enter here. The only time that you would really find like a do not enter sign like into like the middle of the woods would be like if it was like some state thing that was shut down because it's like dangerous or whatever. So like for the most part of the weekend we were just driving around just making random turns or whatever. So now he kind of had an idea of where he knew he wanted to go. I don't think he did, but at the same time the way he was driving, all seriousness and like looking for that spot,
Oh
whatever.
no, I had zero idea where I was going.
Yeah.
I it was actually all improvised. What I was looking for was any signs of civilization, and the place I picked was yes, it was next to a house, but that house actually looked abandoned, like no one had lived there for years. So I thought no one was there. So I pulled over right there. I turned off the car. I looked at her calmly and I told her to run.
With that
And
voice.
Chris
With
takes
the
over.
voice. You didn't tell me to run. You used the voice to tell me to run. And that got my
Mm-hmm.
heart started. I bolted out of that car. But what I want to know is how the hell do you think a house is abandoned when there was 3 cars parked outside of it and in the driveway?
I didn't see the cars.
I didn't even know there was a house. So anyway, I run out of the car, and like the way he pulled over, it was like this little tiny clearing, and then you had like the woods. So he pulled over like into this clearing, like onto the grass. I ran out in front of the car into the woods, and there was like a cute little like creek kind of going through. So I thought I was in the clear, but my dumbass doesn't know how to count time, especially in a state of panic like that. So I don't know. I didn't know how much time passed by the time I got from the car to where I was hiding the first spot, which was pretty much out in the open because your girl's a dumb blonde bitch, and when she panics, she panics.
Yeah, it was like the way to describe it was like a wolf chasing a baby fawn. A fawn. So Chris literally bolted, and I gave her 10 seconds,
That
which
was it.
which probably felt like hours to her, or maybe a couple minutes to her. And
Wait, so before I even finished running, you were already chasing after me?
oh no, no, you had ten
That was
seconds.
not 10 seconds. No, that was not 10
Yes,
seconds.
I just walked the entire time as she was sprinting away in her heels, in the rain, the muddy ground. I was just simply walking, following her trail, and she crossed a creek. I thought she crossed it in a smart manner, which would be finding a natural bridge and crossing it normally. So I went looking for that area that she crossed, but I couldn't find it in the dark because my eyes hadn't fully adjusted. So why don't you tell me what you saw?
Well, at first, before I crossed the creek, I saw you. And I think, because the thing is, I'm deaf as hell. So the sounds of the water and the rain would drown the shit out of his voice. So I couldn't tell if it was before or after that I fell in that you found me. But at one point or another, I knew I was screwed. I knew he was gonna find me. So I looked at the creek and I was like, I could either jump this now or I'm gonna get caught. So I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna try and jump it. Yeah, I tried to jump it. My foot slipped right on the edge. I fell right into the water. And that was it. So I was like, fuck that crap. I got up anyway. And our friend was actually on the phone with us the entire time for, like, like safety reasons, whatever. If anybody, need to call a safe word or whatever, we had her on call with us, which is
and
pretty smart.
and in case we needed to like call it quits and someone call an ambulance while another was performing an emergency thing. So
Hmm.
we were as safe as possible with this. We
She also
really
had both
were.
of our locations.
Yeah, she had both of our locations. She had both of our voices, and we had a thing set up where if any one of us, not both of us, just one of us, lost connection and was not in that call for more than a minute, then it would be called over and done.
Yep. Which is actually pretty smart.
Yep.
Um,
I set that up as Chris was running and I was walking, making sure everything was fully set up to be nice and safe, nice and fun. And
right.
from my perspective, I was just casually walking, watching her go deeper and deeper into the darkness as my eyes slowly adjusted. And I heard the creak. So I was like, okay, either A, she's stuck and I'll catch her quickly, or she crossed it. I didn't think she would jump it. But little I forgot she's a city girl, not used to this type of stuff. So she jumps it. And I didn't know you jumped it at all.
You didn't hear like
Cuz
the water splashing because that was pretty fucking loud.
no, I was near the loudest part probably around the time you jumped it, plus the rain, plus the call with Ravi as I was setting up our safety measures.
Right.
So what happened was I was looking for a natural bridge of rocks or anything, gently tapping my foot into the ground to see if there was solid ground, which Chris didn't do, and I couldn't find anything. So I turned my phone flashlight on. I look around and I just see her standing right across the river. And all I could do was just smile at her and
My
watch as
dumbass
she
still thought I was hiding behind that tree. I was like,
yeah,
oh, he doesn't see me. He does
yeah.
not see me.
And then you ran up the hill.
Yeah. I was like, all right, I gotta run now. Like, I gotta go. I was like, I don't think he saw me because it's kind of like, because like I'm dumb and blind and deaf and stupid. So,
So you didn't think I saw you standing in the
no,
open behind a tiny tree. What is this, some
no,
sort of cartoon? This isn't a cartoon, honey.
I know. Listen.
Yeah, yeah, I see her just standing there staring at me like a terrified gazelle. And
Hmm.
fucking, it was hilarious because she's just standing there still. And I thought I just scared her, and that's why she was still. No, apparently she was not moving because I don't move. You can't be seen mentality was kicked in. So she then takes off up the hill. And I'm like, fuck, I have to cross the river now. So I don't jump it. No, I look and take my time as go backtrack, and I find a natural bridge of rocks. So I casually walk across the river, across these rocks, calmly. And I just keep walking back to where I saw her run up the hill. And from there, I didn't know, I couldn't see her because it was too thick. So I just looked at the ground.
Too thick, boy. Too
Yeah,
thick, boy.
the forest was too thick, but I know how to hunt. So I found her tracks.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You see, I can't do that.
Yeah, I looked down. I spent a couple seconds looking at the mud right where I saw you run up the hill. And the thing is, you ran up, so your feet were very heavy, so you left deep tracks.
Oh.
And the entire time I was walking in heels, not leaving many tracks. So you couldn't do this reverse on me.
Yeah, no, because the most of the I stood in one spot for like the longest time, for like a solid like 30 minutes. I was just standing in one spot.
She was.
And
I saw her there. I'm just like, is she gonna move and run? I see her.
I didn't
But
think you saw me because I was laying on the floor at one point. I was literally hood up, laying on the floor, just watching you because you had your back towards me the entire time. The second that I knew for a fact that you knew exactly where I was, and that's why I booked it the other way into the thorn bushes like a fucking idiot. That's why I got whacked in the eye. Um,
yeah,
I
I
knew for a second that he saw me when he walked past me about not even 10 feet in front of me, not even, but he turned his head completely to the opposite direction and let out like a blood curdling growl. And it sounded like it was right in my ear. And I was like, okay, that's the signal for me to get the fuck out of here because he knows exactly where the fuck I am. And that's when I booked it the other way. And as I'm running, because I'm a city girl, he said it himself, I will say it loud and proud, I don't go wandering through the fucking woods. So it is not common sense to me to put my hands up in front of my face while I'm
oh,
running blindly in the dark, which resulted in me getting poked straight in the eye by a stick and then getting thwacked in the other fucking eye because I got boomeranged back with the other branch. And I'm sitting there fucking blinded trying to make my way through the fucking woods, hearing him behind me.
yeah, and I didn't know she got hit in the face with the branches, but what happened was the whole 30 minutes she was just still. I knew exactly where she was, but I chose to ignore it so I could continue with the safety measures. I went up further up the hill, saw a little clearing that, well, if she ran up, it would be safe to run up to, and I would be able to see her very easily. And
That's why I was very like
it
adamant
was
about going up there because it was very thin up there. I was like, if I go up there, he's gonna see me right away. I didn't know that you had eyes on me the entire fucking time. I suck at hide and seek. There you go. I said it. Don't ever play manhunt with me because I will get caught in 5 seconds.
and then I went back down. I passed her. I know I passed her as I went down, and then passed her again as I kept going further deeper into like the direction of our car. And I found a safe, quick way down that was near the car. So I then backtracked up, went up the hill, went right to where I saw her, thinking she must have moved. I look around, I see her, and I was
Same
like,
spot.
in the exact same spot. So I was like, okay, it's time to warn her that I know. So I let out a growl to say, "Hey, I see you. You might want to move." And it worked. She booked it like a fawn that was caught, scared and just fast. And the
Not
entire
that
time
fast. I'm not a fast runner.
you
Not in the
went as
woods.
fast as you could. And I kept walking. I just walked and walked, following her. And at that point, I knew it was time to catch her for the first time. So I let out a growl and went a different way behind her. Let out a growl and kept zigzagging, which caused her to just go straight towards a thorn bush that I knew because I went up and found that thorn bush. So I trapped her in that one and I caught her. Asked her, "Do you want to go again? Do you want to run again?" She said yes, and it began again. And I gave her another 10 seconds. And what happened after
I
that
try
one?
to I tried to hide in like a little like covering of like these branches and shit. Like I found like this little like nest. It was like a little mini den. I was like,
No,
you know what, fuck it, I'm
that
going in there.
let's skip.
Or was that
Let's
the
not.
third time?
That was the third time.
Oh, okay. What
This
was
is
the
the
second
one
time?
where I say, "Do you want to run again?" And you ran. You went further up the hill.
Yeah, I kept running into the thorns and I got myself caught like again by thorns.
Yeah, that one was the shortest round because she just ran straight into thorns, and I caught her. I was like, "Do you want to go one more time?" And then she booked it. What were you thinking as you ran?
I could stay and get my ass beat. Or I could leave and not get my ass beat. I could stay and get my ass beat or leave and get my ass
So that was your thought. That was
beat.
all that was running through your mind.
Pretty much it was like, oh fuck, 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 go, 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 go. I wasn't thinking anything else but getting the fuck out of there. Because this
Pure.
motherfucker had these like straps like that you put on for boxing. I didn't know what the fuck they were real quick because when he let out that initial growl, he was dragging it behind him. And I was like, the thing that popped into the back of my head, I was like, okay, I know for a fact he said no sex is like a first primal scene, but that doesn't mean he can't do other things. So I'm thinking in the back of my head, he's like, I'm gonna get tied to a tree. I'm gonna get tied. Something's gonna happen. And like when he said that third time, like I thought, like for a second, I was like, all right, yeah, no, I need to, really get out of here. And then the funniest part was is like after he caught me, I was like, whatever happened to the things you had? He's like, oh, you mean this? And he held up his hand when he just wrapped it up in his like he wrapped up like his hand, and I was like, oh, okay.
And then she asked, "What was that for?" And I told her, all I did was I wrapped them up because that was a thorny area. So I
Mm-hmm.
used those with the little plastic for the Velcro at the back on my palms as
Mm-hmm.
something that the thorns could slide across, and I could just push the thorns out of my way without getting cut. So I didn't get a single scratch on me. Got stabbed once because I didn't know there were thorns. And once I got stabbed, I put them on and kept myself from getting cut, while Chris here was just running face first into thorns. Still has cuts on her arm, her hands, her legs, her everywhere from the
And I
thorns.
was wearing a thick leather jacket and jeans too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it was so bad. But it's a good thing too, because I was gonna take my jacket off like in the car. My dumbass, right? Number one, I was stupid before we got there because I lit up a cigarette because my ass was nervous. And so that put me out of breath from the start, which was a dumb move on me. And then I took my jacket off, and it's a good thing he told me to put it back on because let me tell you, I would have came out there bleeding, which would have made it a lot worse for the situation that happened after the fact.
Oh yeah, but we'll get to that. So Chris keeps running, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna lead her anywhere. I'm just gonna follow her silently. So I stopped talking to the person on the call, and the only indicator that they had that I was still there was I breathed into the mic using the mask. That was all they heard. They just heard my breath. And all Chris heard was nothing from me. As I put my hood up, got a little lower to the ground, and at that point, Chris was using a flashlight, completely ruining all night vision. I was wearing all black. I had proper night vision, so I saw her light. I saw her very clearly, and I just followed her, keeping my eyes on her. So, did you think you got away?
No.
No, you knew I was following you? Did you
That third time,
feel
yeah, I knew for a fact. I knew it.
you felt
I felt eyes on my back. I
the
felt it.
entire time?
Yeah. I was like, there's nowhere I could run because I was scared to run downhill
Mm-hmm. I don't
because I'm
blame
a
you.
fucking klutz.
Yeah. And then Chris goes into that crook she talked about earlier and just crouches there. And the look of hope and horror on her face as she thought that I didn't see her until I crouched down and chuckled. It went from pure hope that she got away to horror and realizing she didn't. What went through your mind at that point? Because all I could think of was how cute it was.
That was not cute.
It was.
I don't know. I barely remember what I did 5 minutes ago. All I know is I almost shot my pants and went blind at the same time whenever he let out that chuckle. I was like, oh, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, she didn't even try and run at that point.
Nope, not at
No,
all. I
she
was like,
just
yeah, no, I'm caught.
she she stood up and started walking away, and she was wearing her collar at the time, so I just grabbed her by the back of the collar and yank her into my arms.
Yes, I love
But I
that.
was the way I have the way the collar is set up is it won't break and it won't put too much pressure on her neck, so it won't damage her. So
Mm-hmm.
I did that in a safe manner. Again, if you don't have any experience, any research, anything about it, don't do what we did for this story. Okay? Just don't do
Yeah,
it. And especially if you're not over 18.
yeah, no, no minors.
No minors.
Um,
And not for this. Especially for this.
but you know what? It's a good thing that my actual collar is just a little bit too big because it would be a little bit harder to grab if it fit me snugly.
Oh no, it's not going to fit you snugly. It needs a little room to grab.
No, what I'm saying is like this one, like I can make this snug, but I do wear it a little bit loose so you could still grab it, right?
Yeah.
but I can make this tighter if I want.
Uh-huh.
You could still grab it by the ring, but if there was no ring there, you'd have to like it wouldn't you
Oh.
wouldn't be able like because my collar is a little bit bigger than this, like it comes out to here, so it's way too easy for you to just grab it and go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying to not do that because if Red knows anything, when he grabs me by my collar, panties are on the floor, no matter what the situation.
Yeah, that is 100% accurate. And it's like genuine thick leather because I am a strong person. I don't say it a lot, but I am a strong person and I don't want to
he's
break
just
it.
he's so strong that he could resist somebody curb stomping him.
That's an inside joke. Fuck.
That's definitely
So
something we'll be talking about in another episode because
on
that's too
another
funny.
episode, yeah, we'll have a guest on for that one. But so I asked Chris, "Do you want to go again, or are we done?" She goes, out of breath, giggling, "We're done." I'm like, "Perfect." So I start.
No, I said I wanted to go again. You're the one that said you were done because I couldn't
Oh,
stand up straight.
right. Yeah,
But if you would have let me catch my breath, we could have went again. But then my car probably would have gotten towed.
yeah. Your car would have gotten towed. Yeah. So Chris couldn't walk straight. She couldn't stand up. So I knew she was physically done and mentally done because there is a lot of fear in Primal.
There is.
So I start leading Chris down that path that I found to get to the car quickly and safely. So we get there and we see
Like bright ass
beams,
fucking
bright
lights.
beams on Chris's car. And I thought it was a tow truck. So I'm like, "Hey, Chris, I think that's a tow truck. Go run up to your car. Make sure they don't tow it away." And who was it?
State troopers.
Yeah, it was two state troopers. So from the state troopers' point of view, they see Chris with a little bit of fear in her eyes from the
Booking it.
primal earlier, booking it towards her car, out of breath, like she was just running. And I was casually walking because I knew that they would be suspicious of me automatically because of the time of night day. It was 4 in the morning when we finished.
4:30 in the morning,
Yeah,
pouring rain outside, and you had like a pissed off look on your face. If you started running, guns out, that's it. Bye bye, Red.
yeah, yeah. So it was funny. We get there and they started questioning us, and well, they're like, "So you didn't find it suspicious that there was a house there?" And I've dealt with stuff like this before, so I just came up with a white lie, a short, tiny fib about how I would do it with my dad. Do stuff like exploring random woods with my dad because I grew up in the military. I did grow up in the military. I just never explored random woods with my father. He and I don't have the best relationship, and I don't think ever will. But like, then they show
I
us the
genuinely
house.
had no idea there was a fucking house
Yeah,
across the street. I had no idea. This
they
motherfucker knew.
they show us the house, and Chris is in genuine surprise, and I did fake's genuine surprise. The only one that was able to call my bullshit was the friend on the other side of the call. But the cops didn't know that person was there. So they started questioning us about it, going, "This is real suspicious. This is real suspicious." Grabbed our driver's licenses, and our story didn't change. We kept saying the same thing, that we were just exploring. Chris doesn't live there. I live 3.5 hours away. This is a meetup point. Chris doesn't really know the woods too much, so we were exploring. And they were
City
not.
girl, and if it's anything that country boys hate, it's city people. And they think that we're all fucking stupid and we never seen a tree in their lives. I have woods across the street from my house. I've been there all the fucking time I used to smoke when I was a kid. All the fucking time I used to be in those woods.
The thing
So,
is,
but running blindly through it is a different thing. But they hear city people, they think, oh, stupid. They don't know what a tree is. This is perfect. Like, there you go.
yeah, it worked to an extent. But because of the time of day, the weather, they were still super suspicious.
Yup.
So
Um,
so we kept talking. The story didn't change. We were kind of back and forth, sort of arguing with them in a more passive manner for like, what, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And then at that point, they look at Chris and go, "Can I speak to you over here?" And I'm like, "Oh, wow. They really think that she's in danger?" But I
Well,
didn't
I
say
mean,
anything. I just
they
leaned against
see.
I leaned against the car and looked at the other guy. And at that point I was pissed because they were wasting my time and I had a lot of hormones running through my body
We literally just ended a primal scene, and
where
we're
I
getting
was the
stopped by the
hunter.
cops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was the hunter. I was hunting. I was good. I was ready to fight. And they were wasting my time. So I was pretty pissed. So I just looked there, keeping my calm, keeping my composure. I look at the cop that stayed and he starts questioning me again. And my tone, I couldn't help it, but my tone changed and it caused I don't remember exactly what I said, but whatever I said, he backed the fuck off quickly and went to his partner to go interrogate Chris.
What
And
did you
then
say to them? Is that like after? Is that was before they asked to speak to me privately?
that was after they did. Because remember how one spoke to them privately and the other spoke to me?
You said that they didn't speak to you. They said that they just kind of like kept quiet around you after while they were talking to me.
Yeah, they kept quiet around me, but they were
Gotcha.
like, they still was like, "You gotta understand why this is so suspicious." I'm like, "Yes, officer, I do understand why it's suspicious. I totally get it. How long will this take?"
Oh, I don't like that
That
face that you're giving me
that
through the
that
camera. Goddamn.
yeah, I believe that's what I said to him, and he just shut the fuck up for the rest of the time.
Yeah. After they pulled, so after when they pulled me off to the side, they pulled up behind my car, and the officer took me to the back of their truck, like the back of their car, like far away from him as possible. And they're like, Christina, do you know? Do you really know this man? Is he really your boyfriend? Is you dating him? And I'm like, part of me wanted to say no. He took me out into the woods and tried to kill me, and I saw my chance to run when I saw the bright lights. And was like, "That's a bad idea."
Yeah, that would
So
have
they're
been
asking me like all
terrible.
these questions, and they're like, "Oh, so what are you really doing out here?" And I was like, you know what? Maybe I could be a good noodle and tell the truth. We're in a BDSM relationship, and we were doing a primal scene where he was hunting me down as his prey. So that wouldn't work well on the vanillas. And I mean, I could see
No,
understand where it kind of looks a little suspicious because you do have a girl running out of the fucking woods with a guy behind them what looks to be like a dog collar around her fucking neck, and then he does all the talking to the cops while she stays quiet. So I can understand why that looks
I
a
do
little bit
understand that
suspicious.
part. I do, but I was mad because they were not listening and just wasting my time and Chris's
Hmm.
time, and I had important aftercare for Chris to attend to, so I was not the happiest. But how did your conversation with the officers go?
They just asked me, it was like, "Oh, do you really know this guy? You know, who is he? How long have you known him for? Where did you meet? How did you meet?" And like one thing before he pulled me aside, he was like, "Oh, this is cheaper than a motel room or some shit." I was ready to rip his fucking eyes out of, and I said it out loud. I was like, "Excuse me?" I was like, "You want to run that by me again?" No. And that's when I saw right here. He was like, "Oh no!" Like he gave him like the hotel room and number and everything that like we were staying in. It was like, "Listen, I mean, if y'all want to come by for like some like mai tais and some shit like that later on, I'll give you a
Yeah,
fucking drink.
yeah.
We got alcohol. We got plenty of alcohol in that room."
The second he said motel room, I was like, "Oh hell no!" I'm showing them that we're not cheap. So I just
No.
simply hand him the Hampton Inn hotel room and said, "Here's the key to our king suite." And the guy shut up about prices and shit again.
Yep.
So I shut this one officer up and like shut him down like 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
So
He
his
kept
pride
asking me, he
must
was like,
have been
"Oh,
hurt.
yep." He was like, "Oh, do you have you do anything illegal in there? Anything illegal that has been done in there?" And in the back of my head, I was like, "Yeah, it's illegal because I didn't get, I didn't get banged till like, I forget how to breathe." And Red was taking a sip just as I said that. I apologize.
Oh fuck.
It's kind of illegal
I'm
that I
good.
didn't get my fucking brains fucked out, but shit happens. But I was a good noodle, and I said my little lies to keep us out of trouble because yeah, we weren't really doing anything anyway.
Yeah, we didn't
But
do it. We really didn't do anything wrong. There was
they would have
no
thrown us into the
trespassing.
loony bin if we
Yeah,
did tell them the truth, though. They definitely would have thrown us into the loony bin if we did tell
one
them the
hundred
truth. But
percent, 100%.
they're like,
They
"Oh,
would have
do
thrown
you do
us away.
drugs?" Yeah, I was like, they were like, "Oh, do you do drugs?" And I was like, "Sir, I am a union carpenter. Do you think I have time to do any fucking drugs?" He's like, "Oh, what about him? Does he do any drugs? Is he doing anything illegal in there?" And
And
I
I
was
just,
like,
I, I looked at him and went, "I run two businesses. I'm a dishwasher at a restaurant, as well. You think I have time to do drugs?" And he just shut the fuck up
but
again.
he asked me again. He asked me again while it was a one-on-one with us. He asked me
Really?
again if he did drugs. And I was like, if I don't do it, you think I'm gonna let him do that shit? If he did, if I found out he was doing drugs behind my back, I'd fucking leave his ass in seconds. I ain't got time for that shit. Part of my
Yeah,
brain wanted to say, listen, if he wants to do it behind my back, it's sad that he doesn't want to share, but I'm not gonna keep my mouth shut.
yeah.
But
Ooh,
yeah, after like another like 5 or 10 minutes of just him asking me the same fucking questions, like I told him, I was like, listen, officer, I told him straight up, I was like, listen, if if I have two cops here that both have tasers and guns on them. And I'm far away out of earshot for him to hear anything that I'm about that if I could say anything if I was in danger. If I was in danger, I'm not gonna be one of those girls be like, oh no, I'm scared of him. Bitch, I got two cops with guns that could blow his fucking brains out if I wanted to. I'm not in danger. No, like yes, that is my fucking boyfriend. Yes, I love him. He's fucking dumb. I didn't say it, but I was thinking it was dumb one bitch for not stopping with the fucking house. Oh, it's abandoned, but shit happens. But yeah, um, so they finally let me go. They let us go, and they're like, "Oh, you got to be careful. Everything is owned or whatever." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, whatever." And then we went back to the hotel room. I got railed, and we went to bed. That's the story. Good
yeah,
night.
yeah.
See you
That
next week.
end of the story.
But no, the entire time, which I actually wanted to talk to you about. So we have this. So Red has this safe word that actually snaps him instantly out of his primal state. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't asked you yet, but I figured now, since we're on topic, it's a good thing. That same safe word that you use that you told our friend about,
Yeah.
I was thinking that in case that situation does happen again, if we could see that one of us cannot get out of that headspace, if we could just call that word to get us right out. In case a situation like that does happen again and it's not handled as calmly as it should be because of the headspace that we're in.
Yes, it would most definitely would. It would snap me
So
out
then
in an instant.
exactly. So what I'm asking is next time we do decide to do a primal scene, and in case, God forbid that happens again, if I could spit that word out at you to get you out of that headspace
Yeah.
before we go and talk to fucking cops.
Yes, 100%. That would be a very wise idea to do. That would
Which,
keep
if
me.
anybody is in the lifestyle, that is actually a very good idea to instill a safe word like that.
Yeah. For primal, uh, like I said, there is fear involved in primal. Like there can be a lot of fear, and sometimes it can be overwhelming fear. So if you have that
Mm-hmm.
safe word implemented for the hunter, then the hunter in that headspace, if they get very high into that headspace, like I was, but they have all these aggressive hormones running through their veins that's affecting the way they think. It really does affect the way I think. I'm more aggressive, as noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Chris noticed as we were walking, I took a deep breath, and she thought I switched with someone in my system, but I didn't. I was trying to pull myself out of the headspace. It didn't really work. So I was still very aggressive towards the cops, just not physically aggressive. My
Right.
tone was aggressive, was it not? Like the
No, it
way,
was.
yeah. So the reason I implemented that is I know how high in that headspace I can get. And if Chris starts panicking because it got too much for her to like handle, the fear got too much, she could just start saying that word over and over because that's what happens when you're scared. And my mind will hear it, register it, and I would instantly drop from that headspace so I could properly take care of her, calm her down.
That whole thing is it's a very safe thing, and I am very happy that you have that word that to keep you out, because that's also it's like a very important thing.
So, is there anything you want to talk about? Anything other than the primal scene and almost getting arrested.
Oof. Well, I can say right now that uh let's just hope that doesn't happen again because
Yeah, most definitely.
I do want to do another
It
primal
is
scene
gonna
because I
happen
had
again. It is. That's one of my
next
favorite kinks.
next weekend,
Maybe. Remember,
maybe.
next weekend is a maybe because I do have work 2 jobs now, and you might be getting a job again.
Yes, I may be getting a job again, but I do not work on the weekends.
Okay, but I
But
may
the
be
best
getting
thing
my
about
job
that,
off.
okay, but the best thing about that is I live right across the street from the woods, and the woods may be cut down and like all torn up in front. But if you go down to the left, there's still a bunch of woods that we could still run through, and ain't nobody gonna say shit. So
That is good.
we Gucci, and I
Hopefully,
know
I
those
have
woods
the
like the back of
weekend
my
off.
hand.
So, why don't you tell
Ow.
everyone about the hotel because we really aren't no motel people, are
No,
we?
we are not. Nope. So I have a I mean it's not a 5-star hotel, but it is the Hampton Inn and that's like one of my favorite ones because honestly, it's quaint and it's cute and I've been going to them for years. Plus I have a membership with them and I get discounts on suites. So we ended up getting a king suite with a whirlpool. So yes, I felt like a queen. He was my king, I was his queen. Everything was going good until, I tried to be a little dummy on him and then that's how that whole situation panned out. But did we get Taco Bell after the whole Primal thing? We just went back
Yes,
straight
we
back to
did.
the hotel, right?
No, we went to the hotel. We took a bath to clean up, and
Yes.
then
Oh my
you
god.
were very set on going out and getting Taco Bell because that's
Yes.
something my mind likes to do for aftercare.
Yes. His mind, like, I am the type of person to worry about him before I worry about myself, which would explain why I have some drops here and then because I'm so focused on one person. I completely forget about myself, but to each their own. We went
And
out, we cleaned up.
I'm also, yeah, we cleaned up, but I'm also so focused on Chris and making sure she doesn't drop that I forget about myself. So I guess that helps each other balance each other out.
It's like a cycle. Like
Yeah,
she's like,
it's
no,
like a
you need your
cycle.
aftercare. No, you. No, you. It's like the TikTok with the finger guns. It's
Yeah,
like, no, you.
yeah, we do the aftercare in rotations, so
Yeah.
that does help.
But the thing that really actually did help a lot was because he was still really heated after we got back to the hotel. Understandable. He should be. I was too, but I was, a little more calmed down than he was. So I ended up running a hot bath, which helped a lot. And this poor thing is exhausted. And so we end up like taking like a bath together. Like that is our agreed thing. We do not have sex in the bathtub. That is for relaxation only. I'm making bets. Honestly, I'm making bets on myself when we're gonna break that shit. Because we have both
I
agreed to
don't
keep
want
bats
to.
not sexual. No, I know you don't want to. I don't want to either. But I know for a fact, not now, not anytime soon, but maybe years down the line, somebody's gonna break that fucking thing. Like we're both gonna be little horny fucks in a whirlpool. It's gonna feel real nice to be like, who wants to get up to go into the shower? Yeah, just sit on my dick. Let's go.
Because we're both lazy too.
We're both lazy and we're horny, so that's like but I ran I ran the bath for us. We relaxed, and like after being out in the cold and like rain for like an hour or so, like it's like nice, like to be in like a
Mm-hmm.
hot bath and just like relaxing. Plus, my little dumbass is obsessed with bubbles, so I threw like half a thing of shampoo in there to make some bubbles because we didn't have bubble bath
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But then I was like, I'm really horny. I want to get fucked. So I looked at him and I said, do we have any condoms? No. So I got my happy ass up out of the tub, let him sit down and relax, walked my little happy no, I drove my little happy ass down to the gas station, got a pack of condoms, which were really good. I don't remember the name brand that we had, but I will recommend them. Something about Durex, whatever. Have fun, guys. Um,
Yeah, they were pretty good.
and drove my little happy ass back to the hotel room, got railed in the shower, went to bed, and then we got kicked out by what was it, by housekeeping the next morning because we
Yeah,
both overslept. Because
yeah, we
I was
both
trying to be
overslept.
nice. I was trying to be nice because he had like a 3.5 hour drive back up to his place, and he also had to go to work right afterwards. So it was already what, like 7 o'clock in the morning by the time like we actually got into bed.
Yeah,
So I was like, you know what? The hotel room was a fucking mess. Like ropes and my toys were all over the fucking place. So I was like, you know what? Go to sleep. And I'm gonna clean up the room or whatever. And I had I left his coffee pot out because I thought, I was gonna stay up and just wake him up at 9 so he can have his coffee and be out the door. That didn't end up happening.
Yeah, she
Um,
cuddled with me and passed the fuck out.
yeah, I got really tired. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna lay down. Like, I want to relax. Nope, I clocked the fuck out. But before I did that, let me tell you, this man's right here, my man's absolutely hates the color lime green. Hates it with a living passion. So I brought my lime green nail polish with me. Technically, our friend Ravi brought it, but I ended up somehow getting it and holding on to it for then on. So, um, he fell asleep with his hand, like, like the best thing I can explain is when a girl takes a picture of her nails, the way that they curl up their fingers to show them all off. That's how his hand was laying on the bed, out in the open, all of his nails perfectly. So as I'm cleaning up, I just finished, and I'm like, I look at his hand, and I was like, oh shit, because I was putting my makeup away, and I saw I had the nail polish on me, so I happened to walk over and I looked at his hand. I was like, this is perfect. So as he's sleeping with the blindfold on, because I gave him a blindfold because I had the lights on or whatever, um I painted his nails in his sleep, and he kept his hand there the entire time for them to dry. It was like subconsciously his brain wanted him to do this, so he woke up with green nail polish. Which was fun. Don't give me that look. It was funny.
Yeah,
And
it,
I'll
it,
do it
it was
again.
funny. I know you will do it again.
I will do it
But
again. I'm gonna do it again and again and again.
overall, it was just an amazing, fun experience. Like every experience we have together. And yes, we are a week late for this episode. Uh, there's a reason for that. I don't
We're
remember
having
what.
some,
I
well,
don't
number
remember
one,
the reason was for last week not showing up, but something made it so I couldn't record.
literal exhaustion.
Indubitably, that thing. Right, exhaustion, and on top of that, I went up to go visit Ravi. We
Mm-hmm.
spent a day, spent 2, 3 days because 2 days, two,
Um,
3 days, I
mhm.
don't remember because
2-3 days because somebody is addicted to too much caffeine and got the body sick.
I love my Death Wish coffee. What can I say?
Not just you. But apparently everybody are coffee addicts and don't know how to stop. So we had to put a little stop on that and limit
Ugh.
them to caffeine
Yeah,
because
these
the body
bitches have
quite
done an
literally got sick.
intervention. Like, I don't know why they're intervening.
Hmm.
I don't have that bad of an addiction. It is just some good Death Wish coffee. Like, if you have you ever had an amazing coffee and just you want more? That's me every day. I have a good cup of coffee. I'm like, this is great. I need more. So I get more. I'm just like, this is beautiful. I love it. I need more. It's just like me with sex. I love my coffee how I love my sex. A ginormous amount.
So put it this way, guys. You guys know that TikTok trend where it's like the girl was like, oh, kill the thing that your boyfriend loves the most, and they hit yes, and it's like always some stupid thing. If I were to hit that yes button, he would text me in a fucking panic telling me that they either stopped mass producing Death Wish coffee or his coffee pot broke.
Yeah, I love Death
It
Wish
wouldn't be
coffee.
me that's dying. He loves that shit more than he loves his own fucking girlfriend.
I love it more than I love the cat I raised. Actually, no, I don't. I love you both more. I would choose you guys
Yeah, so
over
either me or
coffee in a
either the
heartbeat.
coffee or the cat would die first before I die. Put it that way. But yeah, so oh, that was also fun too.
What was?
When I went to Ravi's and you came and met up with us.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Somebody submitted, and it wasn't
Did
me.
not submit. I gave in because I had to due to thinking somebody came home. That is all.
You had me in a submissive position where my wrist could have been broken,
Yeah,
and I did
yeah,
not give up.
whose wrist is still injured because of that now.
This technically, I've had problems with my wrist for the longest freaking time, and
I thought maybe she would tap out like instantly, but this bitch is so stubborn that she did not tap out at all.
I'm a stubborn hoe. What can I say?
But I did do decent. I fought both her and my friend Ravi at the same time for an hour or more.
Yeah, at least it wasn't 5 minutes.
It's called a quickie for a reason, sweetheart.
That's just gonna be the new. That's just gonna be the new joke.
I know. Quickies are never satisfying, to be honest.
They never are. But you know what? Some dick is better than no dick.
Some dick is better than no dick.
But yeah, he just doesn't want to admit that he got beaten by two girls.
No, I just don't want to admit that I lost when I didn't. It doesn't matter that you're two girls. The fact is, it was a 2-on-1. I fought both of y'all together after being tied up by my feet, chained by my wrists, and I still got out, bitch.
Well, that was because technically I kind of let you out because I was getting tired and I was like, you know what? Let's let him out. Let's let him out to come out
You
to
did
play.
not. You went reaching for a gag to gag me, and I took my chance.
I will learn the pressure points on your face to let your jaw open so I can. What if you just woke up with a gag in your mouth?
Oh
Oh,
my
you can't do
god.
anything now.
Yeah, you so have to tie me up in my sleep where I wake up when you touch me.
Babe, I can jump on top of you while you're sleeping, and
Apparently.
you will not wake up.
Are you sure about that?
I am pretty sure about that.
Okay, we'll see.
It's always a fun time when we're together. I could say that it's never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. There has never been something that did not happen. First time we met up, the place I'm living was not the best. Second time we met up was at a hotel. Our hotel room was all fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Third time, third time. Let's see. We almost got arrested. Fourth time.
Yep.
Fourth. What went wrong the fourth time, or did it finally go right?
Nothing went wrong the fourth time. We had a quickie,
Actually,
and that
yes.
was about it.
I got sick.
Yeah. Because your dumbass is so addicted to coffee, you went through a caffeine overdose.
I am not that addicted to coffee. Okay, I may have had a
Okay,
caffeine
guys, he's
overdose for a good
five
3
monster cans
weeks.
in a day and not one cup of coffee in the morning, a pot. A whole pot. He doesn't make coffee by the cups. He makes it by the pot, pours the creamer into the coffee pot, and drinks it straight out of the thing.
It's called a double brew. I brew it and then I pour it back into the thing. I brew it again, put it into my pint, and I drink a pint of coffee.
You finish the whole goddamn thing. Don't even try that shit with me. And on top of that, even if you don't finish the whole fucking thing, on top of that, you're drinking energy drinks and soda.
Not soda all the time. Energy drinks more so than soda. It's generally just lemonade.
Yeah, but sometimes soda has caffeine in it, and that's still adding more caffeine to everything.
What can I say? I love my caffeine. I love my Death Wish coffee.
He loves that shit more than he loves me, and it's very sad, guys.
I
He actually
that
just
is
told me that he doesn't love me anymore.
sure. That is not
Mm-hmm.
what I said. I said I love
Then
my
what did you say?
caffeine. I love my Death Wish coffee.
That's basically the same thing.
No, it's not. We're not doing that.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Uh-huh,
we are.
sure.
We are doing that.
So, what do you think is going to go wrong next time we meet up? Or will it be fifth time's the charm?
For a fifth time, I don't know because of the fact that you're the fifth time we're going to be seeing each other is going to be next weekend, and if you have the weekend off, the 2 days we are going to be alone.
Yes.
So a lot of things can happen. Oh, I know what's gonna go wrong. I'm gonna take you driving into the city, and somebody's gonna have a panic attack.
Oh god, not this city. Last time I drove in a small city, I was not having fun.
I had to take over and drive for him because, like, I mean, it's understandable. Like, you're not used to it. Okay, fine. Like, I'm not really used to country roads with the winding turns and shit. So he would drive on the country roads, and then we go into a small little city, and he was freaking out because people were walking in the street. Me, I'm a city girl. I lived in the city my entire life. I am used to this shit. People walk in the street in front of my car. Beep! Get the fuck out of the way, you fucking moron. This one has a panic attack over it. So I told him, I was like, babe, I will drive. Get out of the car. I'll drive through the city. You drive through the country roads. Okay. So now we have like a little system set up.
Yeah, it's
So,
perfect. When I lived in Sacramento, that's a big city, but I would like rent these electric scooters and I would just zip my way through or walk my way through wherever I needed to go. So I am not really used to driving in the city.
And you actually going to get used to driving in the city because when you do come here, we're going to take a drive through the city.
Oh God, no.
No, it's going to be okay. I'll warm you up to it this way.
I'm
We'll
more
go
worried
driving late
about
at night.
crashing your car.
No, you're not going to be driving. Fuck
Okay.
no. I'm going to be driving.
Okay. So
Because let me explain something to you guys about the way this one drives. When you go through driving school, yeah, I get it. They say stay as close to the right as possible, but don't be an inch away from taking off the next car's fucking side view mirror because that's how this dude drives.
I am used to driving in California where if you're not close to the right, your left side is going to get sliced by all these tractors.
Yeah, no, that's not. He's gonna realize that he's not in California anymore. Like like
I'm
Dorothy, we ain't Kansas anymore. No, you ain't in California anymore. You're in rural fucking Pennsylvania, bitch. Ain't none of that shit gonna happen. Those
I
lanes
am
are wide enough for 18 wheelers. I think your tiny little Toyota is gonna be fine in the center of the lane.
I'm getting used to it. I've been driving closer to the center lately.
Oh yeah, why is it that when Kat was pulling off a little bit to the right, and she said, "Oh my god, why am I driving like Ember?"
Fuck off. I just I'm used to driving to the right for safety reasons, to be safe because I don't want to die.
Okay, but you driving off so far to the right in rural Pennsylvania on the country roads, there are ditches right off the road to the right. So you're gonna put my car in a ditch or something.
Are you sure about that? I was that close to the ditches in California. Sometimes I was legit driving halfway in a ditch at like 40 miles an hour.
We're definitely gonna get more into this in the next episode. I think that we should wrap it up. We are closing in on almost an hour.
Yes,
So,
we
is there anything else
are.
you would like to say?
No, I just want to say have a wonderful day. And as always, we do have a Twitter account. It is at the Discord Brats. Go give us a follow. And that's about it.
All right, I'm going to take us away. And I just want to thank everybody so much for listening. And we'll be back next week, Saturday at 12 p.m. You can join us on Spotify, YouTube, Podbeam, and Amazon Music, or any Alexa device. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are also now on Pandora, so you can search us up at the Discord Brats. Make sure you're hitting that follow or subscribe button to stay updated when a new episode comes out. And you can also follow us on Instagram for any and all updates regarding the show. My handle is CSEV97, and Reds is Redmoonsystem. We are the Discord Brats, and until next Saturday, peace out.
Have a great day.